good. How old are you?
I am 37.
37. So we're talking about this whole thing about ranking and why women seem to have such an issue with men's opinions, i.e., ranking. What do you think about the topic?
Okay, so just a background about myself. I have 2 daughters. I was married for 11 years. I've been engaged 4 times. I was 4 times.
4 times?
4 times. I was divorced because my ex-husband, it was an abusive relationship. But about the ranking of women, I feel like the older women get, the smaller the poo becomes. And a lot of women can't accept that because they think that their standards should be the same as when they're in their 20s, 30s, the 40s, 50s. But what a lot of them don't realize is a lot of men of a certain age, the way they rank us is personality, character, looks. The first thing that to get a man, the first thing is looks. A man looks a certain thing.
But my thing, okay, but if women rank each other by looks.
Yeah, we do. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't.
Get around women, y'all calling that bitch, that's a skinny bitch, this or this or that, or that. Y'all don't like, y'all destroy each other.
But this is the thing.
Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
Women will destroy another. I mean, I work in style and fashion. I hear how women talk about women. Mm-hmm. Y'all rank each other, but then women don't like when we do it. Who's supposed to rank you then?
That's what I'm saying. So I always tell people this, like, when we get dressed and I go out and I wear tight clothes and I wear sexy clothes, I look sexy. I look sexy for men. Women wear Chanel bags for women. Therefore, we rank each other. Women rank each other about fashion. Men rank.
But I'm asking, who's supposed to rank you?
The men are supposed to rank us. That's how it's supposed to be. If you want to get a man, that's how it works. Like, men rank us. Like, I'm a very traditional woman. The man is supposed to choose you, just like a man is supposed to be the one to get down on his knee. The man chooses the woman. The woman does not choose the man. Okay. And a lot of women can't accept that.
Okay, so you mentioned that you were engaged. You're divorced now?
Yeah, I just literally, just got divorced.
And 2 kids?
I have 2 daughters, yep.
And you're 30, how old again?
37.
You plan on remarrying?
Honestly, I don't know.
Okay. How are you? I'm always curious when women are like, I always say that so many of our women are like the engagement queens. How do you land 4 engagements?
I don't know. I don't know. I hear women talk about they want to get married, they want this and they want that, and I look at them, I'm like, I just want happiness. So I can't honestly tell you.
Happiness?
I just want happiness, stability, and peace.
Okay, but happiness, is marriage about happiness?
Marriage is about respect and love. To me, marriage is about looking at the person next to you, deciding that to me, marriage is respect. You decide that you want to.
Okay, I'm gonna come back because I'm hearing the talking points, but there's my spidey senses are going on. 4 engagements and $2. Yeah, I got questions. Hey, how are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
How old are you?
33.
33. What is it that women don't like about men's rankings or opinions?
I think women are afraid of the truth.
Afraid?
Yes.
Your internet is kind of sketchy right now.
Oh.
Maybe it was me. Okay, women are afraid of the truth. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So what I'm curious, because I grew up around all women, and I would see women openly lying to themselves, kicking the scale up under the counter, cutting the tags out of clothes. Y'all know what you look like. Do y'all really expect us to act like we don't see what we see?
I think a lot of women live in like a delusion of, you're always told that think highly of yourself. You never let anyone tell you that you're less than or that you're not pretty. And so that's what they expect.
That's fine to have good self-esteem, but there's only one valedictorian. There's only one winner. What women aren't doing is they're not told how to compete.
True.
This is why so many, I don't know what's going on. We got 5 bars here. This is why so many women today are not able to sustain relationships. Okay. Check the Wi-Fi here. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you single or married or what, ma'am? 33?
Engaged.
Okay. First engagement?
You can say that. First engagement with a
All right.
ring, yeah.
How long? You said you've been out. You said what? What'd you say? You've been engaged for how long?
Engaged for 2 years.
Okay. What's the holdup?
The holdup was me.
Okay.
Well, we got engaged pretty quickly in a sense. We were together 8 months.
2 years.
Well, we were together 8 months before we got engaged, or when we got engaged.
Okay.
And so at that time was the time when I decided, okay, we can move in together.
So let me ask, okay, you're taking a long time. Do you women seem to act, y'all seem to move like men are never going to run out?
They are.
Okay.
I mean, I have a date now.
Okay, good. So when you were saying you want to be happy, man, okay, you have 2 daughters though, right?
Who, me?
Uh-huh.
Yes, I have 2 daughters.
Are you raising your daughters to be wives, or are you raising your daughters to be independent women?
Both.
No, you can't be both.
I raised my daughter to be.
You can't be both. You can't be both.
I'm raising my daughter to be wives.
Okay.
But also understand the importance of manifesting what you want and being able to
There's
support
no such
yourself.
thing as manifest. No. Manifest is.
I'm raising my daughters to be wives. Yes, I'm raising my daughters to be wives.
See,
I'm raising my daughters to serve a man.
Can overtalk me. Manifest is a dirty word over here. I call it shit. You don't manifest anything. You don't manifest straight A's. You work for straight A's. What are you raising? So I'm curious because I don't know, but I'm going to ask. As a woman who wants to be happy, I don't know why you're divorced, and you're engaged 4 times. That's intriguing. But what are you raising your daughters to do for a man? What are you teaching your daughters that they're supposed to do for a man?
Honestly, I mean, they don't know yet. Balls empty, stomach full.
Do what?
Balls empty, stomach full.
So fucking cook.
To serve, serve a man. Like to serve a man. That's honestly, it's hard to explain, but like I was raised like that's how my mom was. To serve the man. Let the man be the man. Let him lead. That's what I'm raising my daughters to do. I mean, that might be wrong, but that's how I was always.
It's insufficient.
Huh?
It's insufficient.
It's insufficient?
Very much so.
How is it insufficient?
That only deals with a man's primal needs. A wife's number 1 goal is to manage her husband's ego. That ain't got nothing to do with his stomach or his balls first.
So I understand. No, I respect that. No, I understand that. What I'm saying, it's a whole package. It's not just like, it's not literally just balls.
What I'm trying to ask you, because women want to hear from women who've been married, who are older, and I need you ladies to understand that you don't really give younger women any information. I mean, and I'm trying to imagine you talking to your daughters, and I have a daughter. Hey, what you do for your husband? Keep his balls empty and his stomach full. All right, go get married. That is insufficient. But if I ask you how you teaching your daughters to survive, I bet you would talk for an hour.
I teach them to edify, to edify the man.
Okay, that's fine. And do you think women learn by watching or hearing?
I think actions speak louder than words, so watching.
So how are your daughters seeing their mother do these things that she's saying that they should do?
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
How are your daughters seeing their mother do these things that she says that they should do?
In my actions.
But you're unmarried.
But that was my choice. I could have still been married. That was my choice. Because I just said I was in an abusive relationship. So do I stay in an abusive relationship or do I leave?
Well, I'm going to ask questions. So if you want to go down that path.
No, I was just saying. I mean, no, okay.
Were there police reports involved?
Huh?
Were there police reports involved?
Yes, actually, I'm a police officer myself. So that's why, yes. I'm in law enforcement myself. So I definitely had to get out of that. Yes.
Okay. Okay. Today's women aren't teaching their daughters enough. Balls empty, stomach full, that's very primitive. Women are to be a man's inspiration. You're supposed to understand my ego. You're supposed, before you know what my stomach needs, you need to know what my ego eats. And one of the biggest disconnects is we know y'all far more than y'all know us. So when relationships, the communication falls apart, it's because you ladies in general lack the communication skills to talk to us. We understand how to talk to y'all because we're raised by a bunch of women. This is why there's such a big disconnect. So when a man hears a woman that was engaged 4 times, he's like, how did it happen? Because I was like, why did it take so many different times and then you were engaged 4 times and you married once? That's like 5 different engagements or 4? 5 or 4 engagements.
So 3, and I got married the 4th time. So four engagements.
All right. So at age 55, what does life look like for you socially? Your kids are out of the house. Socially, what does life look like for you?
Well, I mean, I do want to have a life partner. Whether marriage is my ultimate goal, because to me, marriage is a vow, it's a piece of paper. But like, even if I decide commitment with the
Marriage
same person,
marriage is a what?
It's a vow before the Lord. It's a piece of paper for the court. 55 years old, I do want to be in a committed relationship with someone. I want to have a life partner. By then, I plan on hopefully being with a life partner. I don't want to be a woman who's 55 years old just taking care of
a modern womanist. So,
Hmm?
so this is my biggest concern when we have modern women, womanist, feminist, this manifesting life partner. This is what's destroyed the Black community.
Mm-hmm.
Life partners. What the hell does that mean? So when my spidey senses were going off and I asked, what are you teaching your daughters? I'm going to say that you're going to raise your daughters to be like you. Men are a selectable option.
You said a selectable option?
Yeah, man, 4 engagements? That don't make no sense. 4 engagements? I'm not going to get into the divorce because I'd have to ask some questions. And but then you say at 55 you want to have a life partner, and I'm like, my question is, you're going to have your $2.4 million that you need to retire on?
Cash. Yes, I will.
I will. All right, good. So one of the biggest issues I think in our community is women aren't taught that they need to meet our standards. Mm-hmm. You're taught that we need to meet your standards. This is when you hear all this manifestation, happiness, vision, partner, and it's bull crap to us men. This is why you start to see non-Black women invading into this space to pick off the Black men, because the number one reason why men cheat on their women is not sex. You know what men is looking for? Anybody want to guess?
Them.
Huh?
Someone to listen to them.
Okay, what do you think?
It's ego. Someone to make them feel like they're the most important man in the world.
No, they're looking for femininity.
Divine femininity. That's very true.
No, not divine femininity. So if I were to ask you women, from the top up, who is your ideal Black feminine role model? Who would you say you would aspire to be like?
Oh, geez.
We said top up. No,
yeah, you can go.
Me?
Yeah, you go first.
Oh, I would say honestly, it would be a cross between like Lena.
Only one person.
Me?
Only one person.
Oh, I really like Lena Horne.
Who?
Lena Horne.
Lena Horne. Go ahead, man. Next.
I'll just say I don't really have a person because unfortunately it's hard to say that there's not many that I can pull from. So
okay. You gotta have, what about you, man? Top.
There's so many, but I feel like I'm more so inspired to be like the women that weren't around me. Or the women that
one woman that we would all know.
I would say Dorothy.
Who?
Dorothy Dandruff.
Okay. And you don't have any idea.
Michelle Obama.
All right. Lena Horne, what do you know about Lena Horne's life?
She was like, it's weird to say that. She was very feminine. She was she was artsy. She was beautiful. She was very classy. She was to me, she was a lady. And I just always just learning.
Would
She's
Lena Horne have been a police officer?
hmm?
Would Lena Horne have been a law enforcement officer?
Probably not. So
A
I have a reason
masculine
why I did
profession.
that. I can tell you why I did that. I actually have I'm a chemical engineer, master's of chemical
Okay,
engineering.
okay, here's one of the problems today. When I ask women in general, black women in particular, for a feminine ideal role model, invariably you give me somebody who's beautiful but not really feminine.
Lena Horne's not feminine.
I'm gonna be honest, ma'am. I don't know if I believe most of the stuff coming out of your mouth because I'm reading very masculine energy from the rip. So Lena Horne is a beautiful woman, but your life is reading extremely masculine. Balls empty, stomach full, life partner, manifestation, engagement multiple times. You're a law enforcement officer. Lena Horne ain't none. The image of Lena Horne ain't none of that. None of that. And that's okay because the issue is that you're 37, right? Generation X and baby boomers did not teach the knowledge that they gained from the previous generations and didn't teach you guys. So you guys are all trying to make it up. So it doesn't surprise me that I talk to you and say we were together 8 months before we got engaged and it took me 2 years. You're terrified about fucking up.
Absolutely.
Because you don't have a feminine role model. You don't have something to aspire to. And in places where you don't want to talk about, you're not confident that you're the woman you need to be to go 30, 40, 50 years into marriage.
1,000%.
So when I ask women what do you need to do, I get basically like balls empty, stomach full. And it's like trog eat meat. I'm like, there's more to it than that.
Mm-hmm.
And our young girls are being taught that men are simple. And we are simple, but our ego. And the one thing that men do not tolerate, high value across the board, is masculinity in women. And I'm starting to see that more of our women, they're not doing it on purpose, but they're masculine things that pop up from time to time. Because I'm gonna tell you ladies something, I'm gonna switch the panel. Any decisions that you make in fear, scarcity, or lack ultimately end up in anxiety and stress. Those are all wrong-headed decisions, and they put you in the defensive survival masculine hunting.
Yeah.
The thing about being with the man is a man in general gives a woman options, and a man of value gives a woman freedom. Mm-hmm. Single women are not free. You're bound. You're bound to your jobs. You're bound to your bills. You're bound. Your husband is the most oppressive husband ever, the state. So I'm saying if you got a daughter, I would encourage you to teach your daughter to prize femininity so they can attract masculine provider males and not life partners and all this other kind of stuff. Because masculine provider males don't play that life partner manifest. They'll just keep their mouth closed and go pick the girl out of the secretarial pool or something. And you'll be like, well, I got a PhD in that. Barista at Starbucks, as long as she's feminine. Any questions before we wrap up, though?
So my question is,
go ahead.
more feminine energy. Maybe I can be engaged a fifth time. I'm just asking, like, I'm sorry, it was a joke, but like, so more feminine energy on my part. Is it because of my career, or like, is it because I just want to know, because I'm always looking for ways to
your career is one of the 7 careers that men of value avoid.
What'd you say?
Your career path is one of the career paths that men of value avoid. Law, psychology, law enforcement, all of those are red fucking flags. Men with any sense and value run.
Why?
Because you don't have a dick. It's a masculine profession. It requires you to be in your masculine energy. Mm-hmm. Man, you orders. You got law enforcement. You have the power of the state.
Can I say one thing real quick? No. So that's been my issue. I tell men all the time, I don't want to go to work and have to bark orders. I want to come home and be submissive. That's always been my thing. I want to be able to come home and be submissive.
Right.
Can I? Can I?
But you're not. You come home and probably, if I interviewed the men you dated, if I interviewed the men you dated and are married, they would tell me being with you is blank. Fill in the word.
You want me to fill in the word?
Hmm? Being with you is blank.
I've always heard easy.
What was your question, Sarah?
Oh, I was gonna say that the reason why, and I'll just give you a different perspective, is because I was watching this podcast about this, and it was actually really interesting how our work relationship trickles into our intimate relationships. So we have to be mindful on our career paths, because we do have to, as women, sometimes when you're working in that field, you have to embody a more masculine energy. Yep. And so what I noticed with men and with women, sometimes you don't know that work energy off. You don't know how to turn off that masculine energy.
Have you ever noticed why so many men, as you move up higher, tend to marry women who worked in some sort of restaurant, hospitality,
something of service,
retail, because those women know how to serve, know how to be pleasant. And then I have archetypes that I talk about, the averagers. And I've done a podcast right here talking about the attorney and the realtor. The attorney is superior between the attorney and the doctor. They are the two most difficult ones to deal with. But right under them, that's the law enforcement shit.
Seriously? Where is this written? I need to read that book.
I've been talking about it for years. I'm just saying that, okay, so being with you is easy. I have never heard a man be with a law enforcement officer where it's easy. But I get, okay.
I was also raised by men just like you, though. That's the crazy thing. That's why.
But what your mama raised you to do for a man?
What'd you say?
What your mother raised you to do for a man?
My mom raised me to serve a man. My mom and dad have been married for 45 years. My mom literally raised me and my sister to serve men. When we were younger, my mom would make us make our brother's plates.
Is your sister married?
Yes. Okay. My mom would make us make our brother's plates.
Let me tell you what throws everything off, man. The multiple engagements. See, if you would have told me if you would have said that don't make any sense. Women who are really feminine don't do multiple engagements. They get married young and they stay. And there may be issues in the marriage, trouble in the marriage. I'm not going to go into it. You said there's abuse. I normally have a lot of questions that I would ask. If the law was involved, do the kids see their father regularly, or is he?
Yeah. He's a great father. I have nothing negative to say about him. He just wasn't for me. He's a great father.
Okay, was he put in jail behind this?
Huh?
Was he put in jail behind you guys all?
No. It wasn't.
Was it mutual combat?
It wasn't physical abuse. I went. My father and the men in my family.
Okay, it wasn't physical abuse. So verbal.
That other types.
I'm gonna be honest, man.
Financial, emotional.
But I'm sorry. Women.
It's okay.
Women get just as good as they get. I'm telling you. I don't believe all women. And I've done this show for too long, and I'll eventually get to it. Mm-hmm. But the ultimate point of being 4 times engaged, and I was raised to, does that make sense to any of y'all? I mean, no offense. It don't make sense that you were
It doesn't have to make sense. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Yes, it does. Stop. Be quiet. I didn't ask you.
Okay.
See? That's the masculine in you wanting to defend and fight. I just asked these 2 women, and you went to shut them up, officer.
Sorry.
I'm serious though. It doesn't make sense. You came in, the first thing I said is I'm gonna tell you, the first thing I said is I asked you a question. And what you do? You said, fuck that. Let me give you some background. Blah, 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 blah. I didn't ask you for all that. Did I? But I let you rock because I'm like, I'm gonna get to it eventually. Go back and play this again. You'll notice the difference between how you are coming across versus the other 2 ladies. They are far more reserved. You are all up in it. Put your dick up, ma'am. Put your dick up. I say this often. Masculine energy, manifestation, partners, this, that. I'm balls empty, stomach full. So many of our women are lost. Because femininity has been removed, not taught, and certainly not emphasized. Women have been told that men are, they're good to have, but can you honestly say, officer, that you were raised to believe that a man was absolutely necessary in life?
Yes, on everything. Yes, 100%.
Okay. Women who really live that way don't want partners. They want husbands because they require vertical orientation, hierarchy, and leadership. Go ahead.
Sorry, I don't want to talk to you. So because you asked me earlier if I would get married again. So that was why my response was that, because I said I'm not sure about marriage. So when I think about marriage, I think, like, when you think about marriage, you think about the same person for the rest of your life. That's to me that's a partner. So to answer your question, yes, I would get married. Right now, today, I'm not sure, but I just want to make sure if I get married again, this is the person I spend the rest of my life. Yes, I'm a Christian. Yes. That's why I said I'm very, like, the person I spend my life. I know I shouldn't have gotten divorced. Yes.
You're a Christian?
Yes.
Where is partnership anywhere in the Bible regarding marriage? I don't care what you say it is to you. It is a vertical relationship. Jesus Christ ain't my partner. What did I tell you? I got a video right now on Instagram that you need to go watch it. Please do. You know what it said? You know what it said? I'm going to tell you exactly what it said. We ain't partners. We ain't partners. You know what I mean when I say that? We're not partners.
So the man and the woman.
Never heard of that concept.
The man is a leader.
But you saying to me, a marriage is this, to me, to me, to me, to me, to me, to me.
I'm sorry. Okay, so I think I chose my words wrong. Not partner. I want to take partner back.
Because you're strong and travel and this and that, and you're unprotected. And you're always complaining, you're so unprotected. You're unprotected because you cannot work under us. You don't trust us to lead you. But you'll go spend your money in that institution, get that degree. You'll go spend money over here. You don't trust the job, but you don't trust the one thing that's always been your protection, your man. Every other race of women, when the chips are down, lines up with their man. Black women, you get away from it. Until we start having these conversations about the right man, the right man is the one that looks like you with a nose as big as yours, the one that takes sit your ass down. We ain't partners. You belong to me. The kids belong to you. I belong to God. We report up. Get in line or get the fuck out.
They don't want to have
I have nothing to say. You're right. I mean, that's why I said partner was the right. I threw myself off a partner. You're one. Like, that's what I'm saying. I have nothing to say, sir. You are right, Mr. Sir.
What were you saying now?
Oh, I was just saying that I spoke about this openly on Facebook about how, you know, especially young women in our community, how they decide to have children out of wedlock, and how it decreases their value. And oh my gosh, the single woman came out, they were mad. And what I realized through observation, because I'm doing research on this, is that it was our young Black women that had a problem with it. And it's so, if we can't tell our Black women anything, who can tell us? Who can tell us? And so what I realize is they're just not ready to have this conversation.
Well, here's the thing. If you're mine, I'm not yours. You belong to me. Every other group of men can exercise ownership of their women. Black women expect Black men to be second-class citizens. I'm not even supposed to rank you. I'm supposed to tell you everything you want to hear, or I'm supposed to shut the fuck up. No. To the point to where our women are out of order. You can't even tell anybody anything. Look, where the next group of wives coming for the young men who are being raised a certain way. Y'all can't even say anything. If you saw some young girls out of order, you couldn't say anything to them for fear their mama would act crazy. The women are more out of control. The women, and if you ever noticed it, women are becoming more violent too. Verbally violent, physically violent. Are you, law officer, are you not seeing These
Oh
women,
no, I see it makes me very. I see that all the time. And I'm always
but
like,
is that natural? And
no,
it's not natural for women to be that aggressive. And men can't do anything. If anything's gonna get straight, y'all gonna have to check them. If you want anything different, y'all gonna have to check them. Just like we're the black men who can protect the bill, such and so forth. Let us check this other dude. Let us sort it out. But y'all have to check them. And then you're gonna have to end up getting in order, because here's what's gonna happen. If the women can't be told anything, nobody can say nothing to them, the men are going to vote with their absence. They're going to go with somebody else. And then you'll start to see, just like we just had the Great Resignation, 25 million jobs quit in 2 months. Women left the workforce in massive numbers in Q4. You know who didn't? Men. If this continues, the she session, unless you're going to see men still working and an overwhelming amount of unmarried women. Who's the largest group of unmarried women in this country?
Black women.
Black women.
So be prepared to be the workhorse right along with the men. Then you have nobody else to blame, because you're like, oh, wait a minute. When men were trying to get with you, he ain't on my level. He don't make enough money. He ain't this, he ain't that. I want a partner, blah, blah, blah. And all the man really wants is a woman who is fit, feminine, friendly, cooperative, submissive, childless. A woman who is a nurturer. But our women want to turn that switch on and off depending upon how they like and feel about the man. So the challenge is always going to be for women to ask yourselves the question: why were we the most married group prior to 1965 at a rate of 85%? Why are women having to come to shows like mine? But where are the women talking to you guys? Where are you guys talking to each other in public to get this under control? Because it's not happening fast enough.
I think women are.
Because look at our population has been at 13% for my lifetime. We're not even making replacement rate. We're not even making enough kids. Our marriages in the black community last 5 years on average. And you know, at a 75% divorce rate, our women are filing divorce about 80% of the time. It's not the men. The men want relationship, but we're at a crisis time to where women have to understand that you're going to have to give men what they want, accept what men are asking for. And just like it was a product, if you want to do business, you're going to get a market what it wants. Because I'm going to say this and I'm going to wrap it up. I'll ask you this question. I'm going to ask you, officer. If the average black woman gave the average black man what she gave to the college institution or to her job, do you think we'd have problems in relationships?
no.
What about you, Top?
No, I don't think we will have problems. We can focus our energy on making that book.
What about you, man?
I agree with what they're saying. No.
So, and that's the point. So, and I use that example to show that women know how to do it. They know how to survive. When they want to agree, they know how to put their best foot forward when it's time for promotion, to get into that college, to do this, to do that, to get that paycheck. But then if you gave black men the same respect as you give these institutions, because we are you got. Ain't nobody lining up at the gates trying to marry y'all. Nobody marries out that high rate. Bradley, Ahmed, and Enrique ain't saying, ooh, y'all come over here. Y'all got a problem with the way black men judge? Y'all really can't handle men who are raised in a straight up patriarchy to where women really don't have a voice. We at least listen. We listen to Big Mama. We grew up with you. You deal with men in the straight up patriarchy. I don't think a lot of women, a lot of sisters understand how good you got it. And I'm hoping to turn more women around before it's too late. We don't need everybody. We need about 10%. So I hope you got a date set. Good.
Months from now.
Good. You want to get married? And ma'am, cut out the partner stuff. You know.
Yes, sir.
And if I mean, I don't know if you and your ex, has he got any help for his issues?
I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
Well, I'm a big fan of finishing the family you started, because dating out here, especially with daughters, is a piece of work. If there's any way to fix that, more and more people, especially back last year, found out it's easy. I mean, are you actively dating? Have you started that yet?
Yes.
Are you liking
So
it?
no, what'd you say?
Are you liking it?
Yeah, it's easy. It's pretty easy for me. It's pretty easy.
Okay, you were going to say?
Oh no, just
You
no.
said
Say
you're
that.
active.
Oh, it's easy. It's easy for me.
So and how long has your divorce been final?
2019.
Okay. And are you dating? Are you dating just casually, or are you seeing anybody seriously?
I would say I'm intentional.
Intentional for what?
If so, casually, I don't know. I would say I'm not free with. I'm not. To me, dating someone means like you're sexually involved. I'm not sexually involved with anyone.
Okay.
So, I do meet guys. I hang out with them, but like I'm very intentional who I spend my time with. So I would say I'm more so. I meet people and I'm
So are you
intentional
waiting
about.
to have sex until you get married?
No, I feel like my body is kind of. I feel like I'm just not. I don't
No.
feel like everyone deserves that. I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
know.
no.
You about to go. You about to go on my life.
No,
Lord
see,
Jesus.
here's the thing.
Oh,
No,
God, he's about to read my life.
Here's
Lord
the problem.
Jesus.
Here's the problem with that.
I can't take this. No, I'm kidding.
You can say all that, you can say all that, but our time, our resources. No, see, that's not fair. You're dating men and you want men to put in. See, that's the social contract was my time, attention, resources, and masculine companionship in exchange for exclusive access to your feminine wiles and your body. If I got to put up ma'am, this is why all the ends, I'm telling you, people gonna talk about this because, oh, dating is fun, dating is easy. It ain't easy for nobody. I don't believe shit's coming out of your mouth, and you seem like a deceiver to me. I'm gonna be honest, because if you're out here dating and you're dating intentionally, with the intentions to marry.
No, just intentions of getting to know someone deeper, or like to get to know, like I've been
How
married
long?
before.
What has to happen before you have sex?
What'd you say?
What has to happen before you have sex?
Okay, sorry. Let me just answer your question. What happens? What has to happen?
Yeah, you're 37 years old. With
What has
kids.
to happen before I have
like,
sex?
I mean, come on, man.
It has
You
to be
engaged
some.
3 times.
It has to be.
Hold on, we're talking. You engaged 3 times. You ain't a virgin, and we Christians, but it ain't. Come on. So holding the cookies back, that's that you do when you're a virgin or whatever. So men hear that, and it's just like nails on a chalkboard. It sounds like game to us, like you're playing games. And all I'm asking is, if you're dating with intention, what is the intention? To get into a committed relationship?
Yes.
And committed relationship with the intent to marry, or just to be in a committed relationship?
Yes, eventually marriage. Yes.
Do you want more children?
Only if I deal with someone who wants them. I don't personally. I don't go to a relationship wanting children. But if I deal with a man who wants children, I feel like I was placed on this earth to reproduce.
Now I want you guys
That's
to
what he
understand that I want you to understand. You said you were raised to be a wife, and this ain't how wives move. It's not. This is a modern woman. And see, I'm telling you, all the questions. And see, this is where the hearts keep going. And even the women are like, "Yeah, I'm hearing it too." See, you're a woman of multiple minds, and you're not being, and whether it's intentional or not, you want to be married, but if it's under the right circumstances, I want a life partner. I'm dating with intentions. You're all over the place. What do you want from a man? One man in life, period. Anything?
One thing.
Do you want him to be? Yes. Do you want? And what status do you want from one man?
I want someone to lead me.
In what form? In what title?
You asked me one thing. So okay.
In what title?
As my husband.
So are you dating with intentions to marry?
I said yes. I said yes.
Okay. All right. So How long do you think you need to date somebody before you know before you guys formalize it?
That's not my decision. That's his decision. He chooses the wife.
I know that, but I'm asking you, there should still be a time frame.
Honestly, I can't answer that question. I don't know.
So a guy could date you and he could just say, I want to get married, and we just, 5 years later.
If that's, yes, I can't say yes or no. Honestly, I don't know. Yes, maybe, possibly, yes. If that's where I am and I'm okay with that, yes.
Ladies, do y'all see any issue with this?
Yes, there's a problem with dating too long. You don't brag about being with someone for 7 years and then we got engaged and then you had a baby and he left you. Like, a man knows from the day he meets you up until that present moment, or at the very maximum time, a year. And he's gonna lock you down. He will already be thinking about it, locking you down.
And ma'am, you're 37, divorced with 2 kids, and you've been engaged 3 times. Like, the way you're talking about dating, it's almost like it's a game. You should know by now what you want. I would expect a young woman with no children to be all over it. You ain't got time to play games. You should know what it is you want. If you want to date with the intention to be married, you're only dating men with that intention to be married. If you want to reserve your body and all that other kind of stuff, that's cool. But you got to put it up there. You can't just be, well, I'm just leaving it up to men, up to God to manifest. That's why I'm against this manifest stuff. It does not require you to put together a concrete expectation or plan.
So what you're saying is, what I'm hearing is, between the two of you, top and bottom, that's underneath of you. Sorry, I don't know your name, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
so what you're saying is, if I meet a man within a year, if he does not ask me to marry me, I should walk away. That's what I'm
if you were a wife,
mm-hmm.
then you should only date men who are husbands looking for wives. You don't go on date one without a man understanding what is your intention of going out to date. I'm looking for a wife. In what kind of time frame? Oh, well, whenever it works out, don't go on date one. Because men know that men are looking for wives or everything else. And this loosey-goosey, we'll have to see, this ends up chaotic. Especially with 2 daughters, no. This is why I'm telling you, what I'm getting from you is modern woman. It's just kind of, I'm going to be non-committal and this and that. And it has been 30 minutes and you finally said, I want to be married.
Okay, can I say something? I'm sorry, sir. I don't want to cut you off.
Go ahead. I'm just saying what they've heard. Go ahead.
Well, because you originally asked me, you said I've been married. You said, would I get married again? I said, I'm not sure if I would do it right now, but in the future. And then you said, now you're saying, I'm not saying it. I didn't say I didn't want to get committed.
You're not sure you'll do it, but you're not sure if you want to get married, but in the future. Then why are you dating if you only date with intention?
No, I was saying right now, I'm still in that process of, even though I'm still in the process, I'm still in the process of deciding, because I feel like I don't want to have another.
Hold on. Very straightforward question.
Wow.
Double talking. Why are you dating if you say you're dating with the intention to get married if you don't know?
And you're right. That's why you said the games, because I'm not sure. You're right. I mean, you're right. I mean, you're not wrong. You're right. I'm just saying,
you got to stop. Make it hard for other women.
Most of the stuff is coming out of your mouth because even they're hearing it. It makes no sense.
What, to date and not know
intentions?
To not date and want to get married, or
you shouldn't be dating.
Yeah, because
you dating with intentions, you don't need to be dating. To me, honestly, it sounds like you need therapy.
I need a what?
You need therapy. You need therapy, and you need to sit. That's not an insult.
No, I'm
you need to sit down and talk some of this stuff through, man, because if I'm hearing it and these 2 women are hearing it, guys, if I'm asking you, I'm just telling you, you need to work some of this stuff out, because you're a 37-year-old woman, divorcee with 2 kids. You've been married, you've been engaged 4 times. You need to ask yourself what the hell's going on. Even if you and your husband got divorced for good reason, cool. You're still a 37 with 2 kids. What is your purpose of getting out here with a man? And it shouldn't, and you can't be wasting women like you waste a man's time. And men run into women like you and become jaded because you say one thing and you do another. Because you say, I'm dating with intention. Da, 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 da. If a man asks you to go out and you want to go out, hey, I'm having a good time and blah, 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 blah. Don't be going out with a man you're not going to. Don't accept anything from a man if you don't plan on doing something. Don't go out with a man you're not sexually attracted to on date one. Don't go out on date number 2 if you ain't planning on having sex. Whether you have it or not is irrelevant. But sex has to be on the menu at almost 40 years old.
No, I never said I wouldn't. You asked me if you. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I'm just saying, ma'am, go back and listen to this. You're not being attacked. I'm just saying you're not very clear on what it is you're wanting. And I'm glad we had this conversation, ladies, because here's one of the issues. When women lack clarity, these women are still ones to give you advice. And you don't understand that they're clear as mud. That's why it's good to listen to men, whether it's my tone or my delivery, whatever. I'm very clear. They're very clear. And more than anything else, women need security. You seem very unmoored, kind of all over the place. And that's fine. Maybe that's just where you're at. This is why sitting down with a therapist and working something out outside of a religious context, because you did say you're a Christian. And I'm like, these things don't line up. They're all over the place. So, but at the end of the day, good conversation. And if you're looking to, there are plenty of men out here looking to get out. And people are tired of just dating shit. This swipe left, swipe right, hookup culture, all these sexually transmitted diseases going on out here. So if you're a woman and you are clear on what it is you bring to the table and how you're going to bring peace to a man, you are in a great position to get off the chessboard. The goal is to get out of the game. I'm gonna tell you, when you said dating's gonna fun, it's fine. I'm like, ooh, shit, you went. That's the first time I heard to say that in a long time. It's a good time. So, all right, man, have a good day. You have anything else before you leave? I want a wedding invitation, even though I ain't gonna show up. I just want the invitation.
Oh, please come, New York.
Well, hey, I'm always in New York. You never know. All right, man. Upstairs, you got anything to say before we wrap up?
Yeah, like out there, like literally get out of your container issues and your limited beliefs, own your desires, be intentional, and just live an intentional lifestyle and get the things that you want.
There was a pastor, Rick Warren, the purpose-driven life. Life has to be lived on purpose, especially for we who say we are believers. Thank you. Have a good day, ladies. That was good. Drop out, please.